How long do I have to hold my breath?
Listen.
Going live. You're live.
Hi. Welcome. We're the Knights of the Drunk Watch. And
Is this that forever stuff?
we are here talking about episode 3.
Please, thank you.
House of the
9/11
Dragon.
documentaries aside.
And yeah, we're just getting hype in preparation for episode 4. We will be here live after you guys watch episode 4. We'll be here at 9:10, ready to watch it ourselves, Central Standard Time. So come back, join us, check it out with us. If this is your first time, we're going to be live reacting to it.
We'll be talking a lot.
Yes, so be prepared for that.
Fortunately, HBO lets you watch it again later. So.
Yeah. I'm Audie.
I'm Travis.
Thomas.
I'm Kate.
I'm Boone.
I'm Andrew.
Mark.
We are the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And
now our
talk
begins. Take it away.
Not
I'll be monitoring chat, so if you guys have any questions, please put them down in the chat.
Okay, so I have a question.
Question.
Okay.
Yes.
I felt like Alicent and Tywin Lannister had a long look at each other during the birthday party after Viserys was like, it's been going on for 3 years, it can wait a few more hours or whatever, and he like blew Tywin
When they were
Lannister
talking
off.
about the
Like Tywin showed up and
pirates?
said, I have very important news about the war, and he's like, not now. And then like Alicent and Tywin both like had a look, and I wonder if they have a thing going on.
Oh, interesting.
Because now I know
Whoa.
Alicent, I know cares for Viserys, but I wouldn't say that she loves him.
no,
you know?
I don't
And,
think so.
you
Not
know,
with like the passion of a young heart.
And her dad certainly has her like doing her duty and making her do stuff.
Yeah, no.
But they just had this look between, like she like, there was a look between them. It was just weird. It was just weird.
This is what Andrew took away from the entire episode.
No, that
Well,
was
this
the
was the
beginning of
first
the
note.
episode. No one
Yeah.
else was talking. Yeah.
On that
You didn't
though,
give us
that
a
dude
chance
was
to
just,
talk.
That dude totally just could not read the room.
Yeah, that
No.
Lannister
It was like,
does not have the
everybody's happy.
smoothness that we know of the Lannister.
Well, hey, he
No.
just
What?
came from
No,
a
no, no,
3-year
wait.
war.
Well, I guess the dad
Like,
does,
No,
Jesus
he
Christ.
didn't.
but not the son.
But what room was he reading? He's like, everything's going to shit. We need to talk about this now.
Yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
having a party. Read the room.
Yeah.
No, he was.
No.
He
Well,
was.
at the same
I
time,
read the room and shit's going down.
Well, at the same time, though,
Don't
like,
confuse
we
it with
know,
Jason.
Right. We know
Goes,
that
yeah, eat some dragon cake.
if Papa Hightower is also like agreeing with the Lannisters. So in that particular situation about the pirates and what should be done about the pirates, so it may be just like she knows from her dad this should happen, and those two agree. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Now, I will say just one last little caveat on that. I feel like Alicent has stepped more into the authoritative role of the queen. Yes, I don't think she's really got any. She has feelings for King Viserys,
Feedback
but
echoes
That's alright, I
back.
just
like,
listened to it.
but
We're good.
does not necessarily love him. But as her role as queen, which being raised by the hand of the king, she kind of understands duty, title, like obligation, like responsibility.
It's been
things.
3 years.
I
She's
feel
better
like
of at this
she's-
point.
I feel like she's stepped into that role. So when she recognizes the dude saying everything's going to shit, she's kind of like, all right, I get it, everything's going to shit, and I'll try to help.
It's a lot of, I feel like I feel like this episode was divided up into 2 main segments, which is, of course, everything that's happening with the royals and then what's happening on the Stepstones. We'll get to the Stepstones later. But, like, it was trying to show that, yes, 3 years have passed, and it was a lot about trying to show that Alicent and Rhaenyra are still, like,
Butting heads.
yeah. I mean, because, first there was the scene in the previous episode where it's like, I'm going to lay my head in your lap, and we're having so much fun, we love each other. And then now it's like, I'm sitting over here with my book, and,
Fuck you very much.
fuck you.
Yeah.
3 years
Very-
later.
very much like,
3 years
thank
later,
you.
she's
No,
been
Thank
they
you,
both,
girl who's
they
fucking
both
my
grew
dad.
up. They both grew up into the women that world expected them to be.
Yeah.
And it's like one of them couldn't forgive the other
I
one
mean,
for
well,
doing that.
it
It is what it is. And yeah.
Well,
have a great
it all
dynamic.
comes down to the fact that Viserys officially named Rhaenyra as his heir. He's
and
like,
he has
you will
not
take
taken
over.
that back yet.
Everybody said,
and then,
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay,
but then
guys, you don't have to scream. I know we usually
sorry.
scream, but there is plenty
sorry,
of
but
volume
then
to pick up.
after
He said he would.
there's a microphone.
He said he
above
wouldn't
me.
take it back either. He
Yeah.
said
He didn't
But then
appoint her
after
right.
that, but then he married another wife and now has male heirs, which
Which the
Otto,
kingdom is pushing for them to
because
be
it is a Westerosi
tradition.
that the male heir is your successor. It's only the Valyrian tradition that your eldest heir, no matter their gender, becomes
Yeah.
your successor.
Wow, the Valyrians were really progressive.
I know, right?
Go Valyrians. I mean, they did also own slaves.
Yeah.
So one thing,
Can't be
I'm
perfect.
just gonna move us
They
on.
breastfeed a lot.
I just feel like I don't love Rhaenyra's whole situation right now, because like the thing with Alicent where she's like, I will not, like, if they work together they would be so strong, but also
Yeah.
she's like, I don't want to get married. It seems like Dumb and Rich would be a good choice if she didn't want to get married but has to, like,
Yeah, oh, the Lannisters.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're
like-
that rich
Oh
yet.
no,
Are
it's
they?
too early for
Yeah.
her.
Wait,
to
who?
settle.
The
And
Lannisters?
she's got eyes
Are they
for
like
No,
her.
super
he
rich?
said he
Oh, yeah.
could build a dragon pen.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
so
she has
so
eyes for
the
different
Lannisters at this point, yes, they are already settled on Casterly Rock, which is right above the largest gold mine in the country. So the Lannisters are wealthy, but at this point in time, they are not the wealthiest per se.
I didn't say wealthiest. I said
No,
Dumb
we
and
were.
Rich.
Well, yeah.
Dumb and
Yeah.
rich, and he is.
But
both
they are-
of
No, I
those
asked a
things.
further question.
They don't have
Yes,
dragons.
but they are wealthy.
And how long
Yeah.
before is this? What's the timeline between?
170 years.
Okay,
170 years before Daenerys.
So how common was that?
So it's almost 200 years.
I was
going
gonna
to
say, call it 2C notes.
That fire that they made in the other one?
Oh,
That-
Bale. Not Balefire. That's Wheel of
Dragon
Time.
Wildfire has
A
probably been
wildfire.
around, but it's probably just a more closely guarded secret.
Well,
but
they
we
lost
don't
it,
have
they
no,
said.
we
So-
don't have a Mad King who has planted
Okay.
stores of
Well,
wildfire.
actually, here about the wildfire was something that became a bit more common after the dragons died out.
Right, because right now they have actual dragon fires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but-
once the
you gotta know
dragons
they're
die
probably,
out,
draining their venom, their fluid,
Yeah.
their fire.
then the
Well, like
alchemists
in the
will
States.
start working on building
Okay.
wildfire.
Cool.
No, I want to meet this. I want to meet this century's. What was the Maester who was all Frankenstein at the end of Game
Qyburn?
of Thrones?
Oh,
I want to
Qyburn,
meet
yeah.
this century's Qyburn. I
We're
guess.
straying. We're
Yeah,
just talking about
let's
random
bring it
shit.
back.
But here's one thing, a theme I've noticed about George R.R. Martin, because it was big in the books that wasn't put into the show, where family members don't talk to each other and bad things happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because at the end of this episode, Viserys and Rhaenyra have a little heart to heart,
Right.
and he's like, "You have to get married. Go find someone. You know, don't just. I won't send people. I won't throw men at you anymore. But just go find someone."
It's Sir
Yeah.
Crispin Cole. That's who you want to marry.
Yeah.
It's definitely Sir
Yeah,
Crispin
But
Cole.
Just insert penis,
because
please.
the same thing happened to the Prince of
I mean-
Dorne and his daughter when she like kidnapped what's her face Marcella, and Marcella got chopped up,
let's not go there.
and like at the end she's like, I only did it because you were like gonna make Quentin, my younger brother, more powerful, and he's like, you were gonna take over the country because he was gonna go marry Daenerys, so you
Yeah.
fucked
Alright.
everything up.
All right, so now let's switch to what the
Communication.
what.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you said we were straying, and then you started talking about what
The
happened.
king
in
Well,
Game
no,
of
I
Thrones.
was talking about a
Reply to
theme
the
that was
front.
specific to this episode.
Okay. Well, I'm saying so now. What the second half of the episode was about was going on the Stepstones, where we saw actual dragon battles. We met Sea Smoke,
Yeah.
and actually, if you watch our watch tonight, we're gonna have a blue dragon Jello mold.
Hold on, we did skip over a big thing which Kate just said: the hunt, the stag.
Oh,
the
yes,
portent.
I'm sorry.
We
Well,
can
'cause
we
that-
can come back and we can go to the Stepstones.
Actually,
but that was important.
yes,
that was important shit.
An interesting
Well,
fact
then you're
about George Martin, what he was really upset about was that in the first season of Game of Thrones, I know, now I'm going back and talking about it,
Jesus.
was that when Robert Baratheon went out and did his big hunting scene where he got mauled by the boar, we didn't get to see it. It was just a couple of guys walking through the woods. But
They
now,
didn't have the budget yet.
yeah, but
Yeah.
now that they have the budget, we see what an actual royal hunting party is.
Yeah.
Which they bring everyone out. They have all of these tents set up, and then the men actually go out. They find the stag and they literally lasso it
That scene was the worst.
and bring
Oh,
it
it
in,
was
and
so
they're
bad.
like, "Here you go,
So sad.
king.
But-
you
well-
can
And
stab
then
it
it
yourself."
brought back bad memories for me.
I
of
thought
hearing that
Viserys.
stag go down. It was
Did
awful.
anybody else think Viserys was going to get gored? Especially when he had to go back.
I mean,
in
I'm
a
waiting for
second time.
Viserys to die every
No,
5
it was
fucking
completely,
seconds. but-
completely controlled.
But, like, I think
He could've
that
easily
this
been.
also explains a little bit, and I think this is why Thomas is saying it's really important, is we got a vision of what type of ruler and warrior each 3 of these main Targaryens are. Like, Viserys is clearly not a fighter. He's lived in what is mostly peace. He's sort of a leader. His version of leadership is just like, let it get taken
Do
care
it.
of
Yeah.
itself. It'll
He-
get taken
He,
care of.
he had a
This
stag
is
that was
very much
literally
a-
tied up, and he couldn't eat. It took him.
Well, he
fucked
was
it
hung
up.
over like all get out.
Well, but
'cause
also,
he's
like-
an unhappy man.
The imagery of it all is just so, it was like super heavy-handed in the hunt, because the hand said if the gods did wish to show their favor, like this white stag on
No.
Daemon's name day, hang on, would be an amazing way to do it, and instead it was not the white stag. Instead, the white stag was displayed to Rhaenyra, and she
Yeah.
let it go. So, like,
No,
it
and-
was just a literal transfer of power.
And we already
she actually
know
hunted.
this universe has a huge hand in what the world, what the earth, what Eartheros tells you,
Yeah.
because of how involved nature is and
Yeah.
signs and portents. So like that was no little thing. We
But-
know, it carries so much, because that, I feel like this was the first look we got into the
Any
Heartwood
comments?
trees and that whole subplot.
Not yet.
And I really want to see more of that with this.
But then
series.
we
The
continue
children.
that imagery with Rhaenyra,
Yeah.
who has to fight a boar,
A boar.
along with her, beloved Crispin Cole. But
And she went stabby,
Yeah.
stab, stab, stab.
And then she shows up covered in gore, like
Dragging a
with
boar
her
behind
kill.
her.
Yeah, with her kill. And then at the same time, as we're moving into the stepping stone, what is it? Sorry.
Stepstone.
Stepstones. As we move into the stepstones, then we also have Daemon, who goes in by himself. I mean, obviously with backup eventually, but he winds up all gored and like defeats his foe as well.
Gory, not gored.
Yeah.
Remember,
But,
no one got gored.
Very
He got gored by some arrows.
Covered
he
in gore.
also proves himself a strong warrior, a decent leader. Not as good, I think.
Hold on,
as-
hold on,
because
hold
his
on,
men-
hold on.
Also remember,
Everything
no,
you said is
also
true.
remember,
Wait.
also remember, Daemon did what he did because he wanted to. He went off half-cocked
Yep.
because he wanted to have that happen before
He got help.
the help from his brother came.
I disagree.
That
What?
could have
No.
hold
No.
on. There were elements of a suicide run in what Daemon did. He came out on top, but he
I'm
went
after Audie,
there.
disagree.
I'm after
He
Audie.
went there to
No.
die or find victory.
No, because
no,
because
he didn't go
He
there to
heard
die.
it.
He got the note.
Period.
He got the note saying we're sending help, and he beat the shit out of the guy, and then he went on his suicide mission.
Okay, but here is why I disagree with that. Yes, he may have gone off half-cocked, but this was not a suicide mission. He had his people in place to attack.
I mean-
They were ready. He didn't go there by himself. He gave the look that he was going by himself. He had his dragon ready. This was a well-thought-out plan that he probably should have enacted
wasn't his
before.
dragon. But
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Well,
It
it,
wasn't
it was
his
Oh,
dragon.
that's right.
Sea
Sea
Smoke.
Smoke showed up. But the point is, he had his people ready to go to attack.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
they had
just
a plan.
No, they
But-
caught
Wait,
up.
wait.
No.
Travis.
I'm
Kate
after Audie.
next. Kate
But
next.
but
I'm
they
after
were
Kate.
literally shit talking him before he walked up to the table,
Yeah.
and he was like doing his little saunter of, "Oh, I've been doing such a great job," and then he gets a note that says, "You're doing a terrible job. We're
Big
gonna come
Brother's
help
coming
you."
to help.
And after they were just talking about like, "Oh, we don't know what the plan is. We're not sure how to do it," he's like, "Fuck it, let's go." Like he absolutely.
They had to catch up with him.
Yes, they had to catch up
Okay.
with him. Like, he was probably sure that I feel like he was ready to die. If it came to that, he was pretty cocky that he wouldn't, but also
He won by putting his pride on the line, and like he would have gone down in a blaze of glory had he died, and they probably still could have beaten and killed him even if he did. But he went there to do or die. Simple as that. That's how I read it. That's only what I'm saying.
Travis?
But it was a perfect scene all through.
So, I feel like Daemon has always been in the shadow of Viserys. Daemon wants to be his own man. He joined the Sea Lord in this fight because the Sea Lord wanted to save the Stepstones. Sea Snake. Thank you. Sea Snake wanted to save the Stepstones because Sea Snake saw something. Daemon jumped onto that, seeing it as something to do. His brother said, "Go back home, go see your wife, go do whatever, go be Prince Lear or something." And Daemon said, "Fuck that. You know, I was going to be the king. I'm going to reclaim that light in your eyes by doing something for myself." So he goes off on this war. It takes 3 years, and when he finally gets the perceived threat of getting some assistance, yes, he jumps onto that. And no, so Daemon is acting out his own thing. Daemon is still trying to prove himself king to his brother, not necessarily to everybody else.
we got a comment. Someone, Mo H, is curious to see what happens between Daemon and Rhaenyra. Especially, as they've grown
Speaking
further
of
apart.
Martin's themes,
I've read the books. I know what's going to happen.
You shut your mouth then.
Okay, well, that doesn't help us.
Thanks
They're
for
going
telling
to
us-
kill each
thanks
other.
for telling us you read the book.
They're all going to die.
I didn't know that.
I'm
Great.
teasing.
Did anybody else have something
Or
back
am I?
there? Okay, let's finish it up really quickly. Last
I
minute.
know I do have something more.
Yeah.
Let's
last minute
let's talk about a second about Lionel Strong. I've named him the Littlefinger of the show.
I don't
I'm
know
sorry.
Who that is.
Go back.
Okay, well, you haven't been
Go
paying
back.
attention. So Lionel Strong is a member of the Small Council. He is I don't remember.
Oh, he's the one
Oh,
who
is
was
he the one who looks like Tarly?
No, maybe he's the one who said, "Oh, I tried
Yes.
to set you up with."
Very.
The
he was the
Snake's
first one who
daughter.
said he should be set up with the daughter, and
Now
then
he's
this
set up
episode
the
he
son.
said, he's like, I have an idea. It's like, oh, should I marry
The
him off?
plumpier guy.
Yeah, it's like, should I
Plumpier.
marry
The
her off to
Tarly
your
looking
son?
one.
And
Yeah.
he's like, no, you should marry him off to Laenor Corlys or whatever his last name is.
Kylos' daughter, the most
the sea
precious
snake's
12-year-old Dracophile we've
was
ever
great.
seen on the
I
show.
know.
She was
Wait,
amazing.
what?
She was,
No,
she
no.
loved
The
the
young
dragons.
girl.
The
No,
young
to
girl.
the brother.
to the sea
To the
snake.
son now.
Oh.
Now he switched
Yeah,
over
yeah,
to the
yeah.
Not to
son,
the kid.
Yeah.
who's flying a
Yeah.
dragon
Yeah.
and burning up.
yeah.
Because what he
Keeping it in the
said,
family.
what he said is like, 3 years ago, I said you should marry their
Yeah,
daughter.
they might not want spoilers either.
I'm not spoiling anything.
Also, I have to watch this later.
I
Smells-
mouth the
smells-
words. I know what's going
I,
down.
I,
like
mean,
it's
I think
spoiled.
Mark doesn't feel like it was spoilers because we all know they die.
I didn't spoil. No, I
Yeah,
didn't
you did.
spoil anything.
Anyway,
at all.
I didn't know they were
but my
supposed to.
point is
Everyone
is
calm
that
down.
is Lionel first said 3 years ago, you should marry their daughter and
Join
form an
your
alliance,
families.
and that didn't happen. Now he's saying marry Rhaenyra to their son.
Join your families.
and but then what he said was that's assuming he survives what happens at the Stepstones. And so then by the end of the episode, with a little help from Alicent, he pledges to send help, which of course then Daemon just goes off. But
Am I the only
Ooh.
one who wants to
Sorry,
see
because
what that
you talked
army
that
did
all out.
that was dicking around in
Yeah,
the
I see
Stepstones
it.
for 3 years?
I see it.
And
I
like-
see it because you talked it all out.
I didn't
Little
love
finger.
that conflict lasted 3 years, but I'm sure it was much bigger and greater.
We
but I like
now
that
have
we're
a
on the other
strong
side of it. Yeah.
little finger. Yeah. I like
No, that's a great idea. I think
Wanna
it ran
wrestle?
away from Rhys Ifans, Hightower. That's a great theory. Heather. I want to watch for more.
Yeah,
of
and
that.
Chef Y, Tywin and Jason Lannister are being played by the same actor.
Yes.
Yes, we looked
Oh,
that up.
really?
That's an awesome
Yes.
factoid.
When they're together, it's green screen.
That's cool.
And I'm
Wait, who?
pretty sure the
The
dude that
twins
they're
are the
playing
same
is the
actor.
guy from
There's twins?
True
The
Blood?
Lannisters.
The dude who's like the Vietnam
I think
vet.
it is.
Looks
He's-
like the same
No,
guy.
I don't think so.
He's probably been in some
Am I
other
wrong?
pieces for
Okay.
sure.
But he's not.
I'll Google that
Alright,
later.
I have a question right quick.
Real quick.
Do all these families already have their slogans intact?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
at this point,
We haven't heard any technically.
no, right?
Jefferson
That's
Hall.
a
I
re- that's
haven't
really
heard
great
High
point.
Tower. What is it? I don't know what the High Tower
Stand
words
by the
are.
tower.
Just wait if
Well,
they're
what's
gonna-
great to know, Hightower is going to be gone.
Is this when they
by the time
deliver
we get
their
to
lines?
Game of Thrones? 'cause-
Like,
Yeah.
we assume it's there, but I have not heard them say
I
it.
know Fire and Blood is still.
And
the
can I ask,
Targaryen
does
one.
anybody know what house the boar is? I'm curious because I want to know what that means, killing a boar in the woods.
I don't
Is
think
there
I
any
know
boar
a boar.
associated with a
I
certain
think there's a
house that we
boar.
can think of?
boars what they hunt on a
don't
royal
know
hunt.
is,
Podrick would know.
So
Yeah, they were going boar hunting, and then they found the staff.
There
Yeah.
was sign of White
Yeah.
Stag.
There was
the
sign
royal-
of White
yeah.
Stag.
Yeah,
which
no,
was like
boar
a big
hunting
deal.
was
There
the
right now.
initial.
Yeah, the
threat.
wall is.
One
the wall
house
is-
I would like to learn,
Now,
though.
I want to
specifically-
see. I want to see them build this world and expand it because the wall is there. All these things are there.
And the wall's in the same
Let's get to the
position
next
it used to
episode.
be.
It's a great show. Watch
It's not
it.
further,
Yeah,
closer.
I would like to know the sea snake.
borders change.
He's got the kind of like mermaid, serpent, kraken looking thing.
The twins.
what
It's a
is
Capricorn
his-
goat thing.
What is his?
The twins were in
house?
Game of Thrones
Corlys?
for 2
Corlys.
episodes.
What is House Corlys's?
So he is married to.
No. The,
oh,
The queen
their
that
motto.
never was.
Their
oh, what
motto.
is their motto?
We got to look this up.
Corlys
and,
Velaryon? I don't know.
I
Alright,
don't know that.
well,
I think we should.
He's from. Isn't he also from Valeria?
Yeah.
Oh,
Corlys.
They were the
Yeah.
neighbor. They were the neighboring clan in Old Valyria.
They're the tit suckers.
interesting.
They are the only other
They
Valyrian
didn't have
family.
dragons.
Survivors.
Oh,
Well,
but
no,
didn't
they
have some
they
space.
came to Westeros
Yeah,
before
The Doom.
the Targaryens did.
Aaron.
God, did anybody really hope we were going to get to
But-
see the doom of Valyria? Hopefully in a flashback.
I still think we're going to.
Please,
We
dear
were talking
Lord,
about
yes,
that last
please,
time.
Please
Fingers
give it to
crossed.
us.
Maybe in
It's-
season
All
All
right,
They-
guys,
they
we
were
gotta
never
let these
dragon
people
riders.
get ready for their own vision of the show.
Yeah.
I have more notes now.
Go watch.
Go check
drink.
out the episode. Come back when you're done watching the episode and watch it with us.
Yes. Think of
Also
questions you want us to discuss.
Subscribe,
Or argue
hit the
about.
notifications bell if this is your first time watching the Nights. We're here every Sunday. We're
Benevidi.
also releasing Rings of Power reactions and many other things. We've got Handmaid's Tale coming up. There's a few other things. So, yeah, check us
Andor.
out.
And
Take
I will,
us out,
I will
Andrew.
take suggestions. Go ahead.
You gonna make a suggestion?
No, I said I will take suggestions.
Oh,
Oh,
got
yeah,
one
for
drop.
things
Let's
you
take
want
suggestions.
things you want us to watch. Yeah.
Stick it in the comments.
We are the Knights of Drookwatch.
And
now
our talk has ended.
ended.
In our first fight.
I feel like that was.
But yeah, Corlys
It's like we
is-
You pay extra to see that.
Yeah, the screen.
They are from.
You will
Screen
pay.
is like part of
You
our
will
thing.
pay.
Corlys are from